Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we'll be going over the song Don't Let the Guac Turn Brown off the album Solely Termed. I got the FL Studio project open up, so we'll dive right into it. The first thing I'm going to note is much like the other songs on Solely Termed, we have the two guitar tracks, the rhythm being an ES335 Epiphone, and then the lead/guitar is a HSS Stratocaster. On this song specifically, I use the humbucker for the Strat, which is the bridge position, and then the ES335 I left in a middle position. Both these are using the JHS hard driver as its main source of distortion. So let's go ahead and isolate the ES335 and give that a listen. And then the Strat. And then together. And then with the rest of the instrumentation, which in the case of the start of the song is just the bass and the piano along with the drums.
What a spot for my lunch break. I'll take a number 7 with extra steak.
So during the verse structure of this song, it's pretty simple. It's basically just a C power chord throughout the song, with that little tagline, as you can see at the end, being the last bit of the main riff there, as you can see right here.
What a spot for my lunch break. I'll take a number 7 with extra steak. I'm hungry. I got a headache. Add some guacamole and lay it on thick. Hurry up, hurry up.
And then as we build into the verse, we add in the trombone, which is basically just another dupe of what the bass is doing, just in a slightly different tone.
Give it to me quick. What is this? I'm gonna get sick. This should all be green, but look at what I found.
During the chorus, as well as the upcoming polka section, I do double the vocals as well.
This should all be green, but look at what I found. I don't want to make a scene, so don't let the guac turn brown.
And you can probably hear it, but there's a decent amount of room reverb that reaches the mic. The area where I recorded the vocals had basically no acoustic treatment, as I don't still. So that was something I learned very quickly on the song, especially if you're going to be recording something super hot in a little box area, that it's probably worth doing some treatment or figuring out an area where you can record slightly differently just to get some of that out of the way. Because I remember initially I put on some reverb onto these and I was like, wow, that's getting really messy really quick. Ultimately, I just left it as it is. And I think the room reverb in this case works fine in the background, but adding any sort of extra effects or modulation would kind of muddy up the vocals way too much.
This should all be green, but look at what I found. I don't want to make a scene, so don't let the guac turn brown. This should all be
Then we add in the viola there.
I don't want to get real mean, so don't let the guac turn brown.
And then after 2 repeats of that chorus section, we end up with our little polka break, or the polka verse as I refer to it as. So this section has a couple things going on. The trombone starts doing the bass section, which is identical to what the actual bass ends up playing. And then diving into the guitar tracks here. This is the ES335 with a little bit of slapback delay from the JHS 3 series delay pedal.
This person I don't have
which stays pretty hidden, even though it's fairly loud in the mix. But I think with the trombone going on, along with the louder and brighter Strat section, it kind of gets hidden behind it all. It does have a little bit of kick to it, though, in the final mix. The isolated Strat section of this is so funny. especially considering just a few seconds ago you're playing this.
Famous person I don't have.
And then the two vocal takes, I don't think these line up super well. I might have meshed them eventually, but...
Famous person I don't have all day. I made over twice what you made today. And I need to God, I have it my way. So don't let the guac around.
But that kind of second vocal dubbing stays fairly low throughout the polka section. We'll go ahead and click forward a little bit.
Famous person I don't have all day. I made over twice what you made today. Give me what I want or I'll...
Here we kind of start the theme that carries out throughout the rest of the song, where the piano as well as the vibraphone are kind of playing off of each other and doing these like little tiny solos during this section.
Will not pay and don't let the guac turn around.
And then we also get that little funny, I would say almost stereotypical mallet pattern here, where we do this little bounce between the first and the second there, which is pretty funny, very video gamey-esque.
Person I don't have all day. I made over twice what you made today. And I don't care if you're close and listen to what I say.
And then we start into this second verse section, which for all intents and purposes fills the same role as the first verse here at the very start of the song. But in this case, it kind of has this bridging thing going on with it. And you have that little interplay between the viola and the vibraphone as we introduce this part as well, between this section where the vibraphone does its little melody line and then the vibraphone up here.
You really thought you pulled this on me? I'm not...
And it's very apparent with the viola, so I'm going to isolate just a couple of these things to highlight them really quick. We'll do the bass, trombone, and the viola here.
You really thought you pulled this on me? I'm not leaving until I get another for free. You're serving me, so you better agree.
The guitars are basically doing the same thing, though. It's just those power chords. Another fun little part, which I didn't include later, but during this section, during the couple of brevities from the vocals, you get these little piano riffs in there too.
Get real mean, so don't let it watch around.
And then we have our second polka section here. This one starts off with the vibraphone being in this section as opposed to the first time around.
I'm a very busy person.
Which basically does this little gallop thing, and I keep that throughout the rest of the variations of this polka section. And then we get this little line from the piano up here. And then we get the vibraphone.
Where's my drink?
Before we enter our solo section here, which has basically just these power chords being played into it. And then we have the guitar solo, which was done on the Strat again, and it has this fairly Phrygian-esque vibe to it. I tried to do it as close as I could to like a metal-esque solo. I'm not a metal player, so I can only do as much as I know. Especially this part. Which has a pretty decent Phrygian vibe to it, in my opinion.
This should all be green, but look at what I found. I don't want to make a scene.
As you can see, during this variation of the chorus, we take out those riffs that the Rhodes piano was playing there.
Look at what I found. I don't want to get real mean, so don't let it watch around.
As talked about during my top 14 moments of Solely Termed, you can kind of see this callback sequence coming in, and I even named it Waging Melody. This whole section is supposed to be a play off of that melody line towards the start of Waging Way, as well as what's played during the verse structure. So I'll go ahead and single out the piano in this case, since it's the first instrument that starts this, and as we go through it builds up to multiple. And then we get it on the guitar as well as the vibraphone here. This final one, we get every instrument minus the bass doing that melody line, including the second guitar. In this case, the guitars are playing octaves apart from each other. I don't have all day. I made over twice what you made today, and I don't get close and listen what I say. Don't let it get in, don't want to go brown. That was a little behind the scenes of the song Don't Let the Gauc Turn Brown. Check out the song on your favorite streaming platform or here on YouTube. Give this video a like and subscribe to keep up to date with all Ensemble Incident releases. After all, music can often be an incident.